Welcome to the Revere Veterans and Community Show, and today we have a real special guest. He's a real veteran of the community. His name is Jacek Bartoszewicki. Welcome to the Revere TV show.
Thank you, Morris. Pleasure to be here. The honor's mine.
Right. The reason you are a manager of Stop and Shop on Suffolk Downs.
Correct, yes.
Okay, and the reason we have you here is for all the nice things you do for the veterans and for the community. But before we go into that, Jacek, you were born in Poland.
I was.
You came. Why don't you tell us how it was and how you got to America?
I was born back in the day, a long time ago, and then my family immigrated here to the States, actually to upstate New York.
What part of it, may I ask?
Rochester.
Okay.
Rochester.
Familiar with Rochester, Kodak cameras? And
yeah,
everything?
Kodak, that was the headquarters of the company there. Still is, although much smaller now.
Your parents still live there?
My mom does. My grandmother, my brother, his wife, and my nephew.
They all live in Rochester?
Yes.
Good luck.
Yeah.
So how did you like in Poland where you were born? And you came here at the age of 5, I believe?
Yep, a little under, yep.
Tell us what it was like before you left Poland to come here, because you were only a little baby.
I wish I could remember all that. Unfortunately, I don't remember much. I had a lot of flashbacks. I had the pleasure and the luck to go back not too long ago with my family, and I had a lot of memories kind of come back to me in my mind of the apartment we lived in, the school that my brother went to, the area we lived. So it was very special. It was a great trip for us, the entire family, to go back, because we haven't been back in a very, very long time. So
you know,
it was nice.
It's funny that you should mention that, because I have to reminisce with you. I went to New York a few months ago, and I went to where I grew up as a child, and there's other people living there. The neighborhood's changed completely. The community is completely different. The culture is completely different. But it brought back a lot of memories to me to see the old place that I was.
Yeah, special trip.
Tell us how you first got involved with the Stop and Shop people, and where you got your training on the food and everything.
I got hired by Ahold USA, which is a company that owns Stop and Shop. I transferred from New York after graduate school to the Boston area approximately about 6.5, 7 years ago. And Stop and Shop has been fantastic to me. They've been really great. They gave me a venue to kind of give back to the community. And that's one of the things that I really strive to do. Me and my team, we have a great team, and ultimately a great community as well. A lot of generous people, a lot of people like yourself that do a lot of great things for the folks around in the area. So it was easy for me to get involved. I'm local myself. I live nearby, so I'm at a point where I could do all that. So it's great.
Let me tell you how I first got in touch with Stop and Shop. About a year ago, we do things for the troops. We ship Christmas cards, books, goodies, and stuff. So I went into Stop and Shop, and there was a book there about jokes and laughing and things. So I said to myself, I'm going to buy that and send that to the troops. And I'm going to get some candy, hot candy, things that, you know, that will not destroy themselves before they get overseas. So I'm standing at the counter to pay for it. And one of your workers, and I don't know her last name, but I think you know who I mean. Maureen is her name?
Yes, Maureen Clemens, yes.
What's her last name?
Clemens.
Clemens?
Yes.
Well, beautiful woman. She says to me, you're not paying for that. I says, why not? She says, because I see you on TV and I know what the veterans, what you do with the veterans to ship overseas. I says, you're not going to pay for it. Well, I didn't want to start a rumpus. She did pay for it. And she said, any time that you get something for the veterans here, you come and see me. Well, I can't do that. I can't take advantage of the woman. But I do come and see you, Jay.
Yes.
Jacek.
Yes,
I do come and see you. And you've been so good to us. And let me tell you how you first got involved with the veterans in the community, literally for giving things away.
Well, again, I'm at a point, Stop and Shop is very supportive of wherever we operate in, to really try to get involved in the community. So it's a company-wide stance and value to do that. And for myself personally, I never had the chance to any of the armed services partake, but my brother was, and so
he was in the armed forces?
He was.
Can I ask you what?
In the Army, Special Forces, actually Green Berets.
Wow.
And I didn't choose that route. So if I can't serve that way, I want to at least serve the other way. And I've been fortunate enough in my position, and with a great company like Stop and Shop, backing me, that I'm able to do little things like that to help out yourself or other organizations that we work with within the community here in Revere and East Boston and Winthrop, which is all local.
I know, and I enjoy going to your Stop and Shop, and not only yours. They had one down at Wonderland at one time, which they closed, and then they had another one on Squire Road.
Still do, yep.
Yep, and when we would get stuff for the veterans with the, notices, you would let us, or they would let us put them on the bulletin board that you have there.
Yes, the community board.
The community board. So any of you people out there, if you have something good for the community, I'm sure Jacek would love to have you put it on the board.
Definitely. It's we really try to take the time to, be it the veterans or be it the local schools, with the A+ program that we're really trying to push, which is free money for the local schools that sign up for that. We just had the Jimmy Fund fundraiser for the kids with brain cancer. Every year we have an annual fundraiser for the Dana-Farber Stop and Shop Institute in the hospitals for children with brain cancer. It's an amazing event that we do every year. This year I'm very proud to say my proudest moment in my career, to be honest with you, where we raised the most amount of money in any store in an entire Stop and Shop, which is hundreds of stores. So it was very proud for me to do that. I would not be able to do that if I didn't have a very generous community that I operate in, and it really was. The Revere, East Boston, as well as Winthrop communities were fantastic in giving and their generosity. It was amazing. It really was. And all of us at the store, and even the customers, can go back and say that they made a difference. We raised a lot of money for the kids, and it was a great event. It really was. We did a lot of car washes. A lot of customers donated through the registers. We did pie in the face for the managers. I got a couple pies on my head, but it was well worth the time, the effort that we did, because again, it was an amazing event.
I have to say this to you. My wife cannot walk well, but when she buys stuff and loads up the basket, I got to say that the people at Stop and Shop, I could only speak for the one at Suffolk now, make sure that some of your help comes out to help her put the stuff in the car, and she always thanks them. So you are one of the friendliest stores. No offense, my folks, but you are one of the friendliest stores to the elderly.
Well, I will take that very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. We really try to put forth our best our effort all the time. We have a great team that works at the store, tries really, really hard. I know some days aren't perfect, but we try to help out as best we can. I'm sure you probably noticed we just remodeled the store over the last 6 months. We've lowered thousands of prices. We've been listening to the community, expanded our natural section, did a lot of things that the customers have asked for over the years. Took us a little while, but we're there, and we're getting there. And hopefully the customers will appreciate that and continue to shop and be there for us.
Jacek, I appreciate it because when my wife can't cook, or I certainly can't, I can't even cook boiling water. But when I go in there, and way in the back you have the roasted chickens.
Yes, rotisserie chickens.
If it wasn't for that, I'd probably starve to death. I get one of them and we have it for a few meals. And the food that comes out of the delicatessen, we love it. A lot of people love it, and that's excellent. But I got to ask, what time does they start working up there in the morning?
Well, I have crews working overnight. Depends on the department, obviously. But I have people there overnight working, stocking, getting things ready for the morning. It seems like it's never shut down. It's always movement.
24-hour?
Yeah, the store closes. It opens 7 in the morning to 11 o'clock, except on Sundays it closes at 9. But I have people overnight working, stocking, cleaning the store, making sure that first thing in the morning that it's ready to go for the customers.
I always ask this question, Jacek, and I'll ask it you. Being a veteran, and I try to help the veterans because they help me. If a veteran wants to be hired, how does he go about working a Stop and Shop? Are they still doing any hiring or taking applications?
Yep, I'm always looking for quality people. There's no doubt. Best way to go about it is on our website, stopandshop.com. No more paper applications. And then they could just let me know. They can give me a call. I can pull up their application and get them in for an interview.
Right. Now, I'm a computer dummy. I'll be the first one to admit that. Know nothing about computers. If I wanted to apply, what number would I call you at?
Well, you'd have to go online. We have no more paper applications. Best way to do it is have a friend help. Go to the library or a school. They have a lot of, even senior center, I'm sure they have some computers there, and people that can guide you along through that. It's not a difficult process on it. It's pretty quick, pretty short. Once I know that the application has been put through, I can take a look at it.
No more paperwork?
No more paper. Everything's going green. Even what we've been trying to do, and I don't know, maybe you've noticed some of the paintings on the entrance of the store, we're trying to cut down on our usage of paper. So we have a huge recycling program we started over 2 years ago. So all our plastics, our cardboard, metal, we recycle. And our bags we recycle. We're trying to obviously recycle as many bags. We put in a lot of LED lighting throughout the store to use less electricity. So we're trying to go as green as possible. No food is thrown out. Every food that we have that we don't use is given either to pig farmers, are frozen to local food banks and given to them if they're edible. Nothing's wasted.
Yeah, but I got a bone to pick with you on that, and I'll tell you why. I love to feed the animals and the birds, but all the food that comes from Stop and Shop, I never get any leftovers.
Well, because it's so good, that's why.
Can you change that a little?
I'm glad to hear that you enjoy the food, definitely.
It's delicious, but everybody eats up everything in there, and I love, like at the senior center, once in a while, some people don't like certain things of the food, and they'll have a little left over, and I will give it to the birds, the animals, and the cats. But when Stop and Shop does the catering, they're starving.
Well, Morris, if you come to me and ask for a roll or two, I'm more than happy to give you a roll. Even our baked goods, the day old, we give it to the local church, to a food bank, food pantry, so they give it to the folks who are more needy. So nothing really. We try. Again, that's another way we work within the community. We try to give back as much as we can, and so nothing is wasted. We really try to do what we can for everyone involved.
I'd like to ask you a question, if it's okay, and this was told to me to be asked by a veteran. Like, you sell some beautiful cake way in the back, donuts, cakes, and everything. When they're a day or two old, you take them away, because it's always freshly every day.
Correct.
Is there any chance that some of those could be donated, for example, to the homeless or the veterans or something like that?
Well, that's what we do. Our baked goods, if they're pulled from the counter, they are. A local church comes, picks that up. If there's a specific event for a cake, if you'd like, I'll be more than happy to get you a cake, and even I'll get you a fresh one.
No.
But we don't waste it. You know, we don't waste any of that. We work with a few of the Winthrop, the East Boston, as well as the Revere food pantries, as well as the Greater Boston Food Bank. We have an event with them as well. And you'll notice that sometimes on the backs of registers,
right,
we'll have canned goods, and we'll ask customers if they want to donate, and we'll go to, I rotate the food pantries, and that will go right to, I'll run it for a week or two. Usually a lot of times around the holidays, or if they give me a call, they're running low on food, I'll do that for a week or two, and they'll come pick it up right for the food pantry. So again, it's all a testament to the community. It's I'm fortunate that I operate a store in such a generous community. It's amazing to me what I see. Whenever we set a goal, we beat it. It's proud.
So Jacek, I don't want to put you on the spot, but if I do, just shut me up, please. So I could go back to my senior centers tomorrow and say, if you need any donuts or something, and later on, they can contact you and get a hold of it?
Yes. If you want to give me a call.
It's not me. I'll have the senior center do
Sure.
that.
They can give me a call if there's a special event of some kind. I'll be more than happy to help see what I can do. Obviously, I am on a limited budget as far as what I can do with that. But somehow, some way, Stop and Shop gives me the way to help out a lot of folks in the community.
So they give you free reign sometimes, almost free reign.
They give me some latitude. Yeah, Stop and Shop has been fantastic. Again, it's not just me. There's so many other stores that do similar things in other communities. We try to give back, and it's the right thing to do. I think we're all brought up the right way, and we're in a position
to help. That's fantastic. I really got to thank you for that personally, because I happen to be both a senior and a vet, and for what you do for us, thank you for that.
I'm here to thank you.
Don't thank me. No.
For what you did as a veteran, for all the veterans, and what they did. I never served. Like I said before, I never got the opportunity to do that, so this is one way I can just repay some of that to you. So I'm the one here thanking you, and thanking the community and the audience for being customers, being great customers, and some of the things you might not see what we do, but it really is for the local community, the schools, the senior centers, the veterans. We do what we can.
Now I got to say this, since you're helping us so good, and we appreciate it, how can the community in return help you?
you helped me already by shopping there. That's all I ask. If you continue shopping there, the more success, obviously, that we have, the more success I can give back to the organizations like the Veterans Group or any other school groups, Girl Scout groups, cancer walks. I mean, we do it all, and there's a lot of things going on in the community that are exciting. They give back autism walks, anything that we can do that I'd love to do. And all I ask is just you continue to shop there, say hello when you see me next time, and that's it.
Right. Now I got to say this to you. About a year ago, I play music for the old folks, pardon that, the young old folks, the seniors, and the veterans. But I did one thing around the parking lot that they had a function there a year ago. We had the speakers out there, and we raised money for the library and for the city of Revere. And there, you allow us still to do that. Am I correct? I mean,
yeah. I mean, we can talk about. I don't know. I don't remember specifically.
Yeah, it was about a year or two ago. I don't remember if it was last year or the year before that.
Like I said, we do have a lot of events with that, but I'm happy to look at anything. And unless my company, I don't think has ever said no to me. You know, some things I have to get the okay for. But like I said, the company has been fantastic. As long as they hear community give back, volunteer, they're all for it. You know, my bosses are fantastic when it comes to that. So,
you know, we have an organization in Revere. It's called the Revere Allied Veterans Council, and it's made up of the veterans groups in the city of Revere, plus the Patriot Club and some of the other clubs. And when I come in and ask you for something, I have never been refused, and I don't think anybody has ever been refused, as long as they come in with a letterhead, because that's what you demanded, and that's correct. So if anybody wants to contact you, they got to bring in, explain what they got to do, really.
Yeah, if anyone's interested, I mean, first we can talk about it. You can give me a call. My phone number and name's on the bottom of every receipt.
Can you give me your phone number?
Sure. My phone number is 781-284-0717. You can just give me a call. Let me know what you're planning, what the event is, and we can coordinate a game plan together so I can help you as much as I can that way. And then ultimately they'll bring in a letter with the letterhead on it, approximately what they're looking for, the date of the event, what it is, and then I'll see what I can do with it. And typically I've had some success, so which is good.
Good. I'd like to go back to the beginning, what we discussed about your vacation in Poland. You went to a city, and I hope I pronounced it correctly, called Łódź. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Except for the people that don't know it out there, I got to tell them, it's actually Łódź, L-O-D-Z. But in Polish, they pronounce it Łódź. And before you came on the show, I never said something I want to say to you. Jak się masz?
Bardzo dobrze, dziękuję.
Okay.
Dziękuję.
Spasiba. You know what that means?
Yes.
A Russian thank you.
Yes.
Right, okay.
My mom was a Russian teacher, so I can understand.
You were a Russian teacher?
My mom was.
Oh.
In Poland, so.
Что это?
I can understand a little Russian, yes.
Okay. That's funny because, you know, I was a young kid. We spoke German in the house and we spoke Russian in the house. I was better in those languages when I first went to school than I was in English. And you could tell the way I'm talking, my English is not that great right now.
No, it's pretty good. It's good.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
Okay. But now I'm going to put you on a real tight spot. The future of yourself and the future of Stop and Shop. Tell us what you would like to see Stop and Shop do in the future and what you would like to do in the future.
Well, I think the company's heading on the right path as far as what they're doing with the community. We've done so many things in the last 5 years, like from the recycling standpoint, from behind the scenes, to reaching out within the communities that we operate. We really have been given the mandate over the last few years to really be active, more so than I've ever been with any company for that matter prior to my Stop and Shop experience. And it gives us latitude, like for me to come on the show today and talk a little with you.
It's a pleasure to have you, Jacek.
Pleasure is mine. Pleasure and honor is mine. You know, so the company's going, I think, on the right path. You know, we've made some changes in my store, especially too with the remodel and the prices that we've lowered. You know, customers are talking and we're listening to the feedback and we're reacting to it. So I couldn't be more prouder to work for the company. We're really on the right path from the right thing to do standpoint, as well as a business standpoint, you know, and from a customer feedback standpoint. So it's great. I'm proud to be the store manager there, and I really do enjoy the community. Like I said, I live there, and it's great.
You don't, when you say you live there, you don't mean you live at Stop and Shop.
No, well, it seems like I do actually, because I'm there pretty much every day.
That I know.
But I'm 2 miles away from the store. So in the summer, sometimes.
Oh, you live in Revere?
Right on the Winthrop Revere line. So sometimes in the summer, on a nice day, I'll take a nice run home from work. But it's great. It's a great community to work in, great community to live in. I'm very fortunate.
I have to say this about Stop and Shop. Their customer service is fantastic.
Well,
you have young kids working there, kids that are eventually might be in the position where you are now. Helpful as helpful can be. You ask for something, you have a place there, like if you can't find something in your store, there's always someone there to help you. And if not, they'll call someone down from customer service to come. I know that because I've gone through it in there. So I want to say you got a tremendous bunch of group of people working there.
Thank you very much. I'll bring that back. I have a great team. I have a great team because I don't do it. I mean, they're the ones who do it. They're the ones who make the wheel turn, if you will. And there's so many people who work so hard and try to do the right thing and be pleasant, polite, and respectful, and at the end of the day, helpful.
There was another gentleman, I don't know his last name, but his first name was Paul, that works there.
Okay, I have a few Pauls.
Well, I don't know which Paul it was in there. But like I was wheeling out bags of cat litter, if I can use that, and I was having a tough time getting it. He came over to help me open up the trunk for me and took the bags out and put them in the car. I think I bought 3 bags of cat litter at that time because I love the cats. I mean, I got 3 cats at home. I got about a whole load of cats that I feed outside, and I do mean a whole load. By the way, if you're interested, if anybody wants any cats, let me know.
You're the person to go to, I think.
Right, I'm the cat man.
Okay.
Jacek, we got about, we still got a little time left in there. So what about your education? I never did ask you that.
I went to school, I grew up in Rochester, went to school in Fredonia, and then got my master's in the University of Buffalo. And then lived in Rochester, upstate New York, for about 6 years.
How did you like Buffalo?
Uh,
Niagara Falls area?
Well, it was Niagara Falls, a little north
Right.
Of Buffalo. I lived in Buffalo for 2 years. I liked Buffalo. I liked Rochester slightly more. Obviously, I moved back there. My family was there too. So I enjoyed upstate New York. I really did. It was tough for me to move to Boston with me and my wife. But the opportunity was good for her, for me. Closer to her family, but farther away from my family. So I still struggle with that at times, to be honest with you, because family obviously is everything. But I do try to get back as much as I can, or have them come up here as much as they can to spend a little time. So.
See, I'm a little familiar with that area too, because I'm only a couple of years older than you know.
I know. About a year and a half, I think it is, a year and a half.
Well, figure it out, folks. I worked in Watertown, New York, and you know how cold the winter gets up there in the winter?
I've lived it.
A flurry is not a flurry here.
No.
A flurry up there is 7, 8, 10 inches of snow.
Yes.
Well, here it's only an inch or 2 up there, so I'm familiar with Buffalo. I'm familiar with Rochester. I'm familiar with Syracuse,
Yep.
upstate New York, because I come from downstate New York, from the Big Apple. I was born in Brooklyn, lived in New York, went into the service, and wound up in Massachusetts, which is the best thing that ever happened. To some people, it isn't. But it is.
My first winter here, everyone's saying how much it snowed, and it was my lightest winter I've had for like 10 years.
We're here.
Here, because I'm used to winters from the lake.
I went up in 1963 to Watertown, New York, and they talked about flurries. A flurry was 10 to 12 inches. That winter it snowed so much that we could not get out the first floor because the snow was piled up to the second floor. The cars were riding around with flags sticking up at their antennas so people could see them coming around the curves. Yeah. They had the smelters. I'm sure they had them where you live too up there to take the snow up the highway and drop it in the. So we had.
In the Genesee River.
By the way, we got about a minute and a half. I'm going to turn it over to you. It's all yours. Say what you like to say.
No, I just wanted to say thank you very much, Morris, for having me. I'm honored to be here, obviously, with a veteran. I really appreciate that. I want to thank you and all the other veterans for all your service. I mean, we are here today because of you. So it's honest, sincere, heartfelt thank you very much. And just thank you for the community, for all that you do, from the Jimmy Fund program to the can drives that we have, to the Food for Friends program. Without such a generous community that I operate in, we cannot have the success that we do have with that. And as much success as we have, there's always more to be done and more people who need it. So again, just want to say thank you very much. You know where to find me for anything, for feedback. I want to hear. I want to make the story even better than it is, and I want to help out even more than we do. So
Right.
thank you very much.
Jacek, I would like to say one thing. Well, to all the organizations out there, if you need any help or Stop and Shop can help you, contact Jacek because he will do it for you. And
I will
Jacek,
try at least. I'll definitely try.
I always close by saying, God bless our troops. God bless our great country, the United States of America, and the people of Revere. But today I'm going to say especially God bless you for all the things you do. And thank you for coming up here. Until the next time, folks, I hope we have another guest as great as he is. So thank you for listening.
Take care. Bye-bye.